All right. Act 1, Scene 1, Day 1 with Alex.
So there's still probably just a fraction of uphill
That's okay.
where you were standing, just a little
You
bit.
want to move somewhere?
No, you're good. You're good. We got to hit all the shots in the end.
Yeah. Oh no.
What's your main feel here?
My main feel here is that I want to take the club head just back enough so that I can, so even when I finish through, which I'm not doing right now, the ball lands about, it's like a 20-yard shot
Yep.
from here. And my struggle mainly with this distance is the fact that I don't, I jerk my backswing, so I don't finish it and then I don't end up going through the ball. So, you know, making it smooth like that. That's what I want to hit. That's the type of shot I want to hit.
You have to build up enough energy in the backswing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your golfer brain will kick in and you'll rush it. You'll speed things up. You'll throw off your rhythm, right? So a lot of times when people take it back too short, they end up, putting the foot on the gas.
That's correct.
Going through, which just throws off the sequencing, the timing. We want flow.
Got it.
In this area. Like, we need to be smooth, rhythmic. So storing up enough energy and letting everything actually collect going back. Like, the worst thing you can ever do is get short and tight.
Got it. But you see, when I do that, I tend to come very steep on that ball. The ball speed doesn't increase for me because I'm not really rushing through the shot.
Yeah.
But I tend to come dig in, basically, take a divot.
Well, there's a couple of variables here that are going to influence that.
Yeah.
One is the uphill, okay, because you're on 1-2% uphill.
Correct.
Okay, so in order for us to be able to shallow the bottom of the swing, technically speaking, we should have just that little bit of tilt built in. Okay, so tilting the spine a little bit away from the target, setting that left shoulder a little higher. You know how we always say you want to have your shoulders matching the slope?
Yeah.
So just like a gentle feeling of that tilt will help us shallow.
Got it.
But also, when you think of what's going to help you to keep things a little bit more brushy on the way through, as you're traveling through the swing, and I'll get you to practice this a couple times without the golf ball, allow yourself to actually go up. Allow your head to work up to the sky.
Got it.
Rather than staying down the whole time.
Got it.
Yes. Like, part of getting through the shot is not staying down. So the tension in the arms should be quite low.
Yeah.
Like soft hands, soft grip.
Yeah.
No tension squeezing down. Okay, everything's relaxed. And if you just look at my head here, as I go through the shot, I'm actually going to grow before I make contact with the ground.
Got it.
Okay, that gives me the space that I need. Oh, I love the brush there. Do that again. So I'm gonna put my club head just a ½ inch above your head, and I want you to grow and touch it before contact. Go up, boom, up, yeah.
I say down, and that sort of traps me.
Yeah, you run out of space.
I run out of space.
Yeah. More brushy. Better. I like that.
A lot more brushy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, because this is, again, okay, we have that little uphill lie. We also have
into
the tightest grass you can imagine.
This is
right?
Really tight.
Like any leading edge just sticks, right?
Yeah.
So for us to be able to have a true brushed pitch, we have to stay so wide, and we can't have any of this like steepness in it, right?
Correct.
I love the sound of that one.
That was really good.
Yeah.
That launched a little bit further than I wanted to, but I'll take it. Very clean. Especially on this tight lie, it's into grain.
Most players are going to stab the wedge into the ground here.
Yeah.
Like your average head, yeah, they're just going to go leading edge into the turf, big divot. So to be able to brush it, you have to have the width, you have to have the softness. That's money.
That's 2 for 2. Same.
Now it's just judging the power that you store up.
Yeah.
Because if that's going a fraction, maybe like 3-4 yards longer than what we want, just shorten up that backswing a hair.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I have a question with most golfers like myself. Is like when you come short of the green, how do you tell, especially in a grass like this, how do you tell you're into grain? Because honestly, if I wasn't taking so many practice shots, I wouldn't know.
Your practice swing is going to tell you basically everything that you need to know. If you go make a practice swing, like if I make one in this direction, we know already this is more down grain.
Yeah.
But I can make practice swings from here, glide through it, no problem. There's no friction, there's no grabbing. I go make a practice swing in the other direction. If I come in with too much leading edge, we know the result. You get that like mouth divot where the club just gets stuck.
Got it.
So what I like to tell players is that the one area of the game that needs the most practice swings is short game.
It's short game.
Okay, do you need to make 3 or 4 practice swings with a 7-iron from the fairway? Probably not. Do you need to make a bunch off the tee? Probably not. Because there's really not that much in terms of, there's not that many variables with those shots that you need to factor in. With these shots around here, whether we're in thick rough, whether we're on tight Bermuda that's into the grain, this is the stuff where you have to know what variable you're going to adjust to adapt to the lie. A 7-iron from the fairway, you got one shot. Or maybe you've got full swing or like 3/4, but we're not really changing much. This, you could change like 3 or 4 things. You can go ball position, you can go club face, you can go shaft lean. You might change technique up a bit. Like there's a lot that we might have to factor in. So this is where I would be making 2, maybe 3 practice swings and figure out, what do I need? I honestly don't think that you can clip it any better than that.
I think that was really good.
Yeah.
The way I'm trying to get over the shaft lean issue that I'm having, that I'm facing, that I'm not able to create that shaft lean is I'm trying to stop thinking about my golf swing.
Yes.
And by doing that, I've been actually able to strike the ball a lot better.
Yes.
Get more distance.
Yes.
Which has caused problems for me because now, you don't know what you're hitting. And it's made me more consistent off the tee.
Yeah.
The other thing that has worked for me since our last lesson, Alex, is that I play holes knowing what my weak shot would be, my weakness. So if I were to play hole number 1 on Trump behind us, I would probably aim at the right edge of the fairway.
Yeah.
And take my normal swing.
Yes.
Where my bad shot would end up probably mid or just outside mid left of the fairway.
Yes.
So I've been playing courses more like that.
Yes.
And I've had 11, 12, 13 looks to birdies in a round. So it's a lot of things that you learn by trying to work on one thing. I've realized so many other things in my game, man.
Well, let's say that course management is about understanding your dispersion.
Yeah. That's what it is.
We all have it. None of us are robots. We're not a video game. We're imperfect. That's coming off so nice.
That was so nice, yeah. I was trying to go a little bit shorter.
Those who think that the best in the world, Rory just won this past weekend.
Yeah.
We think it's just natural that we see their highlights and we go, these guys never miss it, right? Everything that they hit is perfect.
Yeah.
Go watch them play 18 holes. They're imperfect. They screw up. They hit bad shots. They miss fairways. They miss greens with wedges.
Yeah.
Like all of this stuff happens. What these guys do really, really well, beyond the fact that yes, they hit the ball far and their misses are usually not that terrible, they understand their pattern enough to know where to aim.
Yeah.
The guys who draw it and maybe miss it with overdraws, they favor that right-hand side. The guys who fade it, they favor that left-hand side. They're always coming in from the left. They know how to play their shot so that if they miss it, it doesn't hurt them.
Agreed.
The mid to high handicappers, they generally, as a fault, they just play for the perfect shot, not thinking at all about what their typical miss is. If you happen to know that, okay, if you don't have the best swing, it might be an overdraw with driver, play it up the right-hand side.
Yeah, I agree. So that's some of the things that I've been learning since we talked about shaft lean, right?
Yes.
And then I thought about shaft lean about all the golfers that I've played with in my life, yourself included. Everybody has a different shaft lean.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody has a different angle of attack. Everybody has a different release methodology. And why I take lessons from you, Alex, is because you're not trying to change my swing. You're trying to tell me to fix what fundamentally the professional golfer standard should have.
Yeah.
A shaft lean
Yes.
in an iron.
Yeah.
At least angle of impact on a driver 0 or
Yes.
+1. You know, like these are the basics that I'm realizing myself. And it's amazing, like I can tell you what my feel is. You've not really told me how to change my technique. You've
Yep.
told me what should happen.
Yes.
And that's something that, you know, I was thinking about last night. Why work with Alex Riggs, right? And if somebody asked me why I do it, honestly, I have never met anyone in my life who's able to explain to me golf better than you. I kid you not. I've had great coaches, Justin Parsons, you know, he's in the US, Jamie, but no one who's able to really break it down
Yes.
into simple language.
Yes.
And so many guys that I play with who come to a low handicap, they struggle so much because they're not able to figure out the language in their head, because they're not able to figure out what it means.
Yep.
That's the first time I've been able to hit a shot while talking, by the way. Just letting you know. I've never been able to do that before.
The lessons that stick with us the most are the lessons that we discover our own.
Yeah.
So when you are able to solve the puzzle and
Yeah.
you are able to find the solution, that's something that'll stick with you. If something is forced on you,
Yeah.
it's often too superficial to really get
Got
into the
it.
layers of the
Got
brain.
it.
That's
Like,
perfect.
Honestly, I'm not trying to say this for the sake of this video, but I think I figured out what I have to do from this live.
Yeah. Now, if we needed to hit something a hair lower,
Yeah.
the thing is that there are adjustments that we can make, but there's also a different tool that we could use. Change the club,
Yeah, we
right?
change
Like
the club.
we,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
go from that to
absolutely.
anything of lesser loft.
Absolutely.
Without changing anything with technique, you
Yeah.
see a difference in ball flight.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing then that I would be very careful of is where I'm landing that ball.
Of course.
Because if I were to take that same landing spot with a lower loft, that's just going to fly.
You have
through.
to adjust the carry based off the club that you have in your hands. So let's just say that we thought of things from like a percentage standpoint.
Yeah.
Using a lob wedge from here, you can probably carry it 90% roughly of the way.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, if you go to a sand wedge, to a gap wedge, to a pitching wedge, maybe you're going down to 80-20,
Yeah.
70-30. Okay, you're having to work the carry percentage down
Got it.
to make up for the roll,
Yeah.
right? So as soon as you change, you don't have to change technique. If you change the tool, you've got to change the carry.
That's correct.